Of all the Scottish formations involved in the First and Second World Wars, the 51st Highland Division was probably the most famous. The 51st Highland was a territorial army division, a reserve force made up of ordinary citizens who gave up their spare time to train as soldiers and called upon in times of national emergency. The Territorial Army, or TA as it is more commonly known, is popular in Scotland and enjoys the support of civic bodies and county organisations. The 51st Highland Division in particular became a social institution. Nearly every family had a relative or friend in one of its battalions. More importantly, it was a vital link between the people and the regular army. All the regular Highland regiments had battalions in the 51st. The weekend warriors, as they were often referred to, who had been clerks, farm labourers or bus drivers in peacetime, were now Gordons or Camerons or Black Watch, and expected to stand against the cream of the world's armies in 2 world wars. After winning undying fame in the First World War, the division went on to greater glory in the Second. There was hardly a newsreel that didn't mention the 51st, or show a grinning jock cigarette in hand. In 1942, the 51st Highland, now part of the 8th Army, won undying fame at the Battle of El Alamein, when its pipers led the division against Rommel's Afrika Korps. The kilted piper played a huge part in the propaganda war which kept people's spirits up at home in Great Britain. Scottish regiments seemed to be able to produce a kilted piper at the drop of a bonnet. Despite shortages and the deprivation of war, complete pipe bands would suddenly appear to lead the victory parades.
The Highland Division in Gabes. A warm reception awaited the victors, particularly the commander.
Take a look at this newsreel, which starts with the 8th Army in the thick of battle and ends with the victory parade. You'll notice that the pipe band continue playing throughout the commentary. And keep an eye on the 3 soldiers who run along the roof to raise the Union flag. 2 of them are wearing Scots bonnets.
In 80 days, the 8th Army had advanced close on 1,400 miles, a feat unparalleled in military history. Throughout the battle and advance, for every casualty suffered, it had inflicted 5 on the enemy. In the words of Mr. Churchill,
"You have altered the face of the war in a most remarkable way. What it has meant in the skill and organization of movement and maneuver, what it has meant in the tireless endurance and self-denial of the troops, and in the fearless leadership displayed in action, can be appreciated only by those who are actually on the spot. But I must tell you that the fame of the Desert Army has spread throughout the world.
The song that I particularly like about the 51st Highland Division was written by one of Scotland's literary patriarchs and indeed a family friend, Hamish Henderson. Hamish told me this story himself. He in fact was serving with the 51st Highland Division out in Sicily, and he was being driven around in his jeep when he heard a terrific pipe tune coming from one of the piazzas, the squares. He went along to listen to it and thought that it ought to have words put to it. Within 2 or 3 days, he'd the words written and handed out to his comrades. On his return to Scotland after the war, he devoted his life to the collection of traditional song and music, and was up in the Highlands, and a man came out to him and said, "Oh, Hamish, this is a song now you really, really must have in your collection," and sang him his own song.
The pipey is dozy, the pipey is fey. He willna come roon for his vino the day. The sky o'er Messina is unco and grey, and all the brecht jammers are eerie. Fair will ye banks o' Sicily, very weel ye valley and shaw. There's nae joke man mourn the kyles o' ye pier bloody swaddies are weary. Fair will ye banks o' Sicily, very weel ye valley and shaw. There's nae him can smoor the wiles o' ye pier bloody swaddies are weary. Then doon the steer and line the waterside, wait your turn, the ferries awa'. Then doon the steer and line the waterside, all the brecht jammers are eerie. The drummy is polished, the drummy is bra. He canna be seen for his webbing ava. He's beast himself up for his 40 and to leave wi his Lola, his dearie. Fair will ye dives o' Sicily, very weel ye sheelen and ha'. We'll all mine shebeens and bothies for kind Senor